Hello, everyone, and welcome to our channeled forecast for 2025. I'm recording this actually in August of 2024 because I like to have a little fun and just sort of see how things are forecast and how they're revealed. So I'm recording this early and then it's being put out before the new year comes. There will be some additional forecasts arriving on this channel, some trend forecasts, which I usually do every year. So watch for those. Best to subscribe if you want to make sure you get them. And of course, I do a monthly forecast. So this is what I would describe as spiritual forecast. This is what the guides say is the most important part that we need to understand for this coming time. And I've been talking a lot about Aquarian revolution, the Aquarian age. You've heard from me, you've heard from other channels about how this time is truly different. And for those of you who've been on the planet for a while, you know we haven't seen this before. For those of you who are younger, it might seem like what's the big deal? Everything's always changing. But for those of us who've been around for multiple decades, this is a new time. This is a time where we are truly exiting an older phase and we are truly going into something that's radically new, that we haven't experienced before, that we don't even know how to deal with yet. And of course, we see all of this change coming. And I'd like to just share what the guides have to say about this. So here we go. They are calling this truth to power. Truth to power, the consciousness revolution. How far you've come. You've survived those years when everything was chaos and suffering and no one was in charge. Every person on earth experienced this massive field of fear and anger. What lies ahead is different and much better. Yes, the virus created great suffering, but what was more concerning was the darkness that spread as the virus raged. When fear and anger raged in collective soul, even the strongest amongst you could not resist the silky pull of darkness. Darkness raged, and those who proclaimed themselves as leaders were the worst fearmongers and chaos creators of them all. They did great damage, and they will have their karmic return. We say again, the futility of darkness has been revealed. The futility of darkness has been revealed. On the day you realize no one was in charge, the veils came down. It was an awakening. It was a revelation. You all felt this. Truth to power. You realized you were in charge, not you as one, but you as all of you together. Thus, the spark was lit, the spark of collective consciousness recognizing itself. And again, we've talked about this before. Consciousness recognizes itself. You broke the shackles of fear. You all felt this. And this has only grown. The spark of knowing is burning bright in your hearts. Truth to power. What is true is no one is in charge except you. And we do not mean you as individuals. We mean you as collective soul. We do not mean your communities or groups or organizations or political structures. We mean you as collective consciousness. We do not mean you as humans. We mean all beings, all sentient awareness as one collective soul. And this includes everything. I want to point out, they frequently say it's not about living beings either, it's about everything. This is how everything is created, by collective agreement at the soul level. You are in charge, you as collective soul. There is no leader. You can only lead yourselves. This is why all structures are tumbling faster than you can keep track of. Everything false is tumbling away. What a relief it is, suddenly for the first time in your lives, you are not hampered by the misbeliefs that you have inherited and absorbed. Also, you are no longer afraid. Yes, you can still hear the misbeliefs swarming around you from religion, politics, business, medicine, celebrities, sports. All is dull roar in the background. But you know now none of it is true. It is mirage built upon projection, built upon facade. It is smoke and mirrors. And for what? Money as God, power as God, fame as God. These do not give life or joy or meaning. What is mirage, projection, facade tumbles down. We do not want you to worry. These shifts are for the benefit of all, and you will soon adapt to the new ways. In fact, many of you have foreseen this new energy for several years. It is a relief to finally have your reality match your understanding. As you notice that your experience aligns with your knowing, you realize something more. You see that you can connect to your own consciousness, and through this portal, you can also connect to the consciousness of everyone and everything through this portal. It is in this process, when you connect to the understanding of everyone and everything, that you are able to be a part of the collective agreements that you are all making together at the soul level. You are creating the new reality together. The more you connect, the faster this manifests. This is not hard. There is no trick. It's easy. Tune into everything and notice what happens. Recall, we do not say thoughts are things. Those are old terms. Please level up to new terms so that instead of thoughts are things, you would more correctly say consciousness creates experience. Also, your experience is created by your direct connection with the whole. If you do not connect, you will not understand what is happening. Meditation is a good way to connect. Connecting with us is another. Nature is another. Please tune in. Please also know particulate, and I've been talking about this a lot, we'll be talking about this year. Particulate has the ability to form and reform based on the agreement of collective consciousness. Your consciousness in agreement with all the other consciousness creates what your level of understanding allows you to create. I'll say that one again. Your consciousness in agreement with all other consciousness creates what your level of understanding allows you to create. This is new to you. Some of you understand it, and some of you will soon understand, and over time, all of you will understand. Please tune in. You have jumped levels. You are understanding at a higher level. So you can create now at a higher level, and this is why all of the old structures are tumbling so quickly. You no longer need them. Of course, the ability has always been there. As our dear friend Glinda says, you've always had the power, my dear. You just had to learn it for yourself. Glinda, okay. This is gentle humor, for we also share laughter, but we remind you that these ideas have been circulating with your artists, creators, mystics, hermits, visionaries, the avant-garde, the rebels, provocateurs, and wayward for many generations. Suddenly, you all know, or at the least you have a glimmer. You are experiencing a leveling up in self-responsibility and soul awareness that we as guides have been anticipating a long time. You have finally accepted your power as soul collective instead of splintering into groups that bicker like self-absorbed children. At last, you are maturing out of self-ego. Of course, not everyone is here yet, but even those who hang on to the old ways are noticing that others have let go, and they are seeing that letting go is easy. Many of them will let go too. We also say as you jump levels, you find things move at exponential speed, faster than even you could imagine. The new speed takes some getting used to, the exhilarating speed of change. You may feel you have landed on a different planet. This is correct. The rules have changed. It's different. Now, there is much healing to do, much healing. It is time for humans to make amends to the plant and animal communities, to the communities of air, earth, fire, and water. This can't happen fast enough. You will either agree as human collective to respect the other life forms, or you will not. If you make your peace, you progress quickly. If you do not, many of you leave the planet, many of you suffer, many of you reincarnate off planet. Please do not worry. Just understand your choices. Understand again, consciousness rearranges itself in agreement with consciousness. Let the old structures tumble. Don't try to hang on. Move forward with your awareness of yourself as soul and tune into the collective. We have great hopes for you in this next passage of time. You can do this. We are encouraged, as you should be. And that is the spiritual forecast for 2025, channeled in August 2024. The specifics, I haven't done those yet. Those will be coming in, again, later channelings. I've predicted things, things about the election and things about other trends, and those have been quite accurate. I've been really excited to notice, so go ahead and take a look at those as they come in, and you can also go into the archives under this playlist and see what's there. Everyone, it's a big year. We've come through so much. Around, I don't know, 2016, everything kind of went crazy, and here we are not quite 10 years later, and we have gotten wiser, and we have figured a lot of stuff out. We have welcomed in an entirely new generation that's really going to carry us forward. We have said goodbye to the elders, the senior elders, and many others of our human community. And so here we go. Change continues, but the difference is our consciousness is awake. And again, it's not awake, not everybody. I'm sure I'll get many horrible comments on this forecast from maybe people that are still in this rage and anger and fear. But when we connect to each other on the plane of consciousness, we're seeing that we're able to create in ways that we never could before. The last point is, when they say tune in, you all know how to do this, right? You can meditate. You can close your eyes and ask the guides for help. You can go into nature and you can just zone out. You can dream and ask for help in your dreams. You can connect in empathy to other people. You can disengage from all the misbelief and distraction that's going out on the news feeds and just really sense what's real. And as you do this, tuning in, and tuning in isn't weekly, it's every single day, or hopefully most of the day. You're always just like, how can I tune into what is really in the field, as opposed to what I'm being told, or what my phone is telling me? How can I really sense it myself? The more we are doing this, the more consciousness is able to work. My consciousness, your consciousness, the consciousness of all humans, the consciousness of all beings. And we are working on these collective agreements for making a different world. Thank you for listening, and I will see you next time.